Hello, 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 beautiful people. My name is Sonia Marie. If you don't know me and you happen to just fall upon my channel and my beautiful face, hello, how you doing? If you do know me, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, and get ready for the weekly rundown for January 30th. That's the date today? Yeah. January 30th, 2023. And by the way, we're going to share a little space with Instagram for a couple of weeks to get you guys and you ladies on over to YouTube. That's the reason for the double live in this moment in time. And I'm happy you are here. But let me let you know, let me tell you something. Over on Instagram, we go deep, deep, and very deep on YouTube. So I want you to make your way over to YouTube if you want to see in this particular extended rundown in its entirety, okay? The page is Sonia Marie's Wordlife Astrology page. Sonia Marie's Wordlife Astrology page. You can access it by going to my bio here on Instagram and click the link that brings you over to YouTube. Yes, 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 yes. We will be going over there free to express. So come on in about 5 or 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, and we're gonna have it jump off as soon as I can get my gears in order. What's happening to the family over on YouTube? I'm so happy you are here. You make me smile each and every time. Who's in the place? Forest Frame Drummond. That's new. Nice seeing you here. Crystal Draper is here. What's up, Giselle, and your cute ass self? What's going on, Kimberly and Keena? Keena up at 11 with Keena. What's going on, honey? Rabbi Rob and Katrina is here too. I'm so happy to see y'all. Y'all make my heart just a pitter-patter, a pitter-patter. LaShonda is here too. What up, Diva? Long time, long time. Hi, Tamra. What's up with you? I'm so glad that the folks on Instagram are making their way over. It's only but a few of y'all, but we're live on YouTube right now too. I want to pull y'all over here. I come on over to YouTube, Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page in less than 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh. So make sure you access that thing, because I'm not saving this joint. I'm not saving it. Yo, let's get ready to talk about this week. I'm kind of giggling in my own little weird schizophrenic ass self because there's a part of me that wants to get really, really excited about this week, especially off of the cuff of last week. Last week was cool as shit for most people. I mean, everybody's dealing with their own thing. Cool as shit in the way that Jupiter was such a big star last week. I don't know if y'all felt any of that good energy that was on you last week, kind of flying over into the weekend, and then the weekend got weird. The weekend got so weird, y'all. My hands up, or yes, y'all. Did y'all feel like y'all was on the planet, gosh darn, Ajijalaba? Like, Ajijalaba is a planet in which nobody speaks any kind of language that nobody understands. Nobody understands each other on Ajijalaba. Did you know that? Did you know that? That's what this weekend felt like to me. Me and my girlfriend went out, and I was like, we should go and sit down, put the puppy in the house, and go to dinner. And we just drove around for a quick second, was like, yeah, we may have to get a to-go order because it feels like a jibble wobble out here. I mean, like, for real, the weirdest of the weird was happening. And I have to tell you, a sister was driving so freaking slow. Like, I was Auntie-M in this motherfucker because I'm like, although I'm a New Yorker and I drive like a New Yorker, and I drive very well, by the way, just to let you know, because all New Yorkers think we drive well. But I actually was on the contrary of that joint this weekend. Like, I'm gonna drive like I'm 99 years old right now because these motherfuckers are going crazy on a jibbalaba because nobody is speaking our language. But that weird ass shift and unique understanding of where we're going and our emotions and communications, a jibbalaba, and all types of things brought us to today. So I want to talk about what's happening from here on out because it's a little bit of the same, and then it's some other stuff that's threatening our confidence, and then it's some other stuff that wants us to release expectations, and it's some other stuff that needs us to be emotional and in it in order to win it. I don't know what to make of this week, but I'm going to do my best and my damnedest to open up, allow spirit to speak through me, drop some downloads when they pertain to what it is we're talking about, and actually try to back it up with some astrological information. Y'all ready? Listo, listo. What's happening, bang? Over here on Instagram. Please come on, make it on YouTube, my best friend. I appreciate you. I am going live on YouTube right now. And I'm trying to get folks over on Instagram. So, let me get a YouTube account to check out my girl because we do put it down. Absolutely, we do. I'm not ignoring y'all. Y'all know I'm coming back. What's up, Zena? How you doing, ZP? Love to see you. So happy that you caught me live as well. What's up, Vaughn? How are you? Long time. Jay Walker, what's happening? What's happening? Okay, AVAIL is in the place. Okay, let's go. Let's run it on down. By the way, there's 2 days left of my January special. If you want to take advantage of that special that's happening, again, go to the link that's below over here on YouTube. That's below the video in the description box, please. And if you like and you feel it in your heart to subscribe, please do that as well as dropping your girl $1 or $2 every now and again to support the channel, to support myself, to support Kamau, to support Mystic, to support the energy that's coming through as the girl gives out every week. And I'm about to make it twice a week. On Friday, we're going to come on twice a week live to give downloads and information and see how that rides for a little while here on YouTube. So Instagram, y'all got to make your way over there. Sonja Marie's Wordlife astrology page. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of what's going on this week, and then I'm going to shut you down. Shut you down. All right. What's going on? So today, as we wake up, Monday. Today, the moon is in Gemini. Yep. Wait, hold on. This is the wrong. No. This is right, Sonja. Okay. The moon is in Gemini, right? So at this particular time, I should say it was early on. It was in Gemini, but it's sliding quickly into Taurus. And when that happens, it's going to meet up with 4 different planets. Here's the first one, Pluto. Pluto is the smallest planet in our solar system. And Pluto deals with transformation and power and intimidation and all things that want to punk a motherfucker. Like, get powerful and strong and stay where you are. Well, the moon being in Taurus, when it hits Pluto in Capricorn, is favorable. Thumbs up out this motherfucker, but it's going to switch. So take advantage of feeling your powerful self in this way. But this is how I wrote it in my notes. When situations around you appear to be spiraling out of your control, you'll stand firm on that new quality of life that you see and let go of solving and or controlling anything else. That's a big deal. Even though the moon, its emotions, excuse me, will trine Pluto today, yes, we will feel powerful. Yes, we will have to stand true in who we are and what we need to do to transform some things in our lives. But let me give y'all a little edge of warning. Pluto in Capricorn, as it makes its way out, wants to hold on to some really powerful convictions about self and about others. And oftentimes what that turns out to be is this really interesting, how should I put it? This ability to put yourself and most of the time other people that you admire onto a pedestal. This is just one little detailed description of what this moon trine and Pluto could look like today. Possibly, maybe, as you're standing firm in your power, here's a description. As you're standing firm in your power, you see somebody else in their power, but have the ability to combine your emotions with that and allow you to put them on a pedestal. Whoa, there's a cuidado moment. Why do I say that? Because Pluto in Capricorn is that Capricorn energy that allows us to put people on pedestals. You know why? Because Capricorn energy has a very interesting way of looking through a lens of not only perfection, but idolizing those that look like they have more than them, and thus will try to get it. And once they receive it and they utilize it, they're banking left. Ooh, that sounds like Capricorn energy likes to use people. Yeah, it does. But here's the deal. And I'm talking Capricorn energy. If you know anything about Sonja Marie, I steer away from talking about Capricorn people, Gemini people, not unless I say specifically. And the signs are actually the energy of a thing. Y'all get that on Instagram? Come on over to YouTube. We talks about it. So the bottom line is that is Pluto is in his last little stages of being in Capricorn, right? It's feeling good about staying in power of itself and looking at all things that empowered it, which can be a little hairy if you start to put it on a pedestal, especially as it trines in harmony. Your moon, that has to do with your feelings. So if you're feeling good, you'll feel good about putting yourself and others on pedestals. Be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Be careful, because people are human. People are human. I need to say that again. People and situations are human. So although good things are coming into our lives, especially last week, Jupiter was popping off on some crazy shit, like giving you opportunities last week, rewards and awards. Judo was judo. Judo. Jupiter and Pluto. Jupiter was giving us a glimpse of what it is these blessings are coming for us and how they're trying to reach us. So if we feel like, oh, I'm on this train, I got on the train, I'm ready to go. And then Pluto today, coupled with the emotions, is saying, yeah, you got it and you stronger for it and up yourself for it. Sometimes that's a false sense of power, you did? Sometimes that's a false sense of power. Wow. Did somebody say, oh, Dr. Locks, I appreciate you in that 99 cents, baby. Do me a favor, please. If y'all definitely want to give me a donation here on YouTube, I'd appreciate if you go to my Cash app, if you go to Venmo or PayPal, and all of that information is listed in the description box below the video, okay? What's going on Instagram? I am about to head on over to YouTube. I don't know, someone said they can't hear me. Can y'all hear me on YouTube? Somebody said they couldn't hear me. Everybody, y'all with me? I would see something if yes. Okay, thank you, sweetie pie. I appreciate that. Thank you, Keena. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you. All right. I don't know what's going on with one other person here on I don't know what happened, but as long as y'all can hear me, maybe it's that person's individual phone or situation. Thank you, Kamasita. So here's the deal. That's the thing about Pluto. I just want to warn y'all in that regard, because false power can feel really, really good. False power can feel really, really good, but it's false. So be careful. Today, also, the moon will square Venus. Why is that? Oh, because the moon will be in Gemini for a little while. And as it's in Gemini, when it's in Gemini is when it's going to square that Venus, because Venus is in Pisces right now. Gemini and Pisces is a square. The feeling of worth and value of life combats what you think you should give to others. Your sense of importance must be solidified before you can save the world. And it looks wildly detached and uncharacteristics of the past you. Ooh-wee! I hope y'all ready for this one, because this may come with a goddamn download and an unzippering of this thing, as I was cold and I'm about to get hot. Instagram, come on over to YouTube, please. That's Sonia Marie's Wordlife astrology page. Gonna shut you down in a minute, okay? But let me tell you this one first, because this is a true understanding that I've been feeling for the last couple of days. Gotta say it. So here's the deal. The feeling of worth and the feeling of value that we have in our life combats what you think you should give to others. Meaning, if you feel valuable for a thing, if you feel like you've worked hard, if you feel like you've done a thing, if you feel like you've forgiven and released and loved people through situations, and they in turn are supposed to snap. The operative word is supposed to. They're supposed to snap into space, right? And give you what it is that you need, because you feel valued now. They're supposed to respond, emotionally respond. That's that moon in Gemini. Emotionally respond in ways that keep everything superficial, but everything is good. Example. Maybe you've been working hard on yourself. Maybe you've been loving yourself up. Maybe you've been looking in the mirror. Yeah, girl, you look good. Yeah, God, I swear to God, I love you more and more every day. I forgive you for this. I forgive you for that. I know my worth. Maybe that's the situation and the conversation you've been having with self. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes into your life and from the past or even recently, right? And they have an emotional situation with you. You say to yourself, well, I feel worthy now. I've been working on myself. You should and could respond to me in a particular way versus how you used to respond to me. Well, first of all, hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Just because you feel worthy and just because you are doing change, or I should say changing yourself and feeling good about yourself, doesn't mean that the folks around you need to respond to you straight away. That's an expectation in which we're growing into this full moon in Leo, and it's going to get you caught each and every time. This is how we talk on Instagram. I need you to come on over to YouTube so you can get the rest of this thing, all right? Here's the deal. They don't have an obligation to treat you no kind of way. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Everybody hands up. Yes, yes, y'all. Mystic, go in the room with that. Go in the room with that, crazy doggy. Does that make sense to you? Your sense of importance must be solidified before you can save the world. And it looks wildly detached and uncharacteristics of the past you. So here's the deal. The point is, don't expect for people to respond to you in the way that you need to, or they would like for you to respond, because they've been doing the work. You dig what I mean? People have to grow into that. And before you can save the world, this is a little contrary to that. Before you can save the world, because now you're all pumped up, you got to stay a little detached. Does this make sense? This might be for other people. If the first example about expecting people to respond to the new you doesn't apply, then how about this applying to you? You needing to be detached from people, from situations, emotionally speaking, in order to gain ground, in order to gain muscles, in order to let the spinach and the vitamins and the minerals in your body grow and make you stronger before you can save somebody else's emotional body. Does that make sense? Yes, yes, y'all. Anybody? Is that for anybody? The latter? It may look uncharacteristic of you, meaning you may not be the one that's coming to save motherfuckers. This is today, sliding into tomorrow. People are looking for you. Oh, you changed your worth. You changed how you are. So let me help you. Let me help you out. Let me back up. You changed how you are. The person who has changed goes, yes, I have changed. My value and my worth is a little bit bigger. So, and the other person who feels they should be receiving that wants you to come for them. You can't come for them. You can't help them. You can't save them until you are big enough, strong enough, viable enough within yourself, really feel your worth through and through to save your damn self. Then you can save others. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm talking in circles, and let me know if I am by asking any questions. I'd really appreciate that. Sometimes I'm separate from my head when downloads come in, but that's a big deal for today, y'all. People, again, will look at you possibly maybe like, you're a little detached. You think your shit don't stink? Nah, my shit always stinks. In this moment in time, though, I choose to shit in the bathroom by myself, put an incense on, and kind of get used to it. Y'all like that analogy? Get used to that shit. Let me just sit in this thing and get stronger within my own shit, decipher the shit before I can come out and save you. Because now you banging on the door and you want some smell good. You think it smells good in here because you smell my incense, huh? I'm not ready. I'm not strong enough to help you through some type of shit when I'm still feeling the worthiness on me, through me. Does that make sense? Come on, y'all. All right, Instagram, I ain't gave you too much. I don't know if you on here or if you're not, but please come on over to Instagram. I'm sorry. Please come on over to YouTube. I'm shutting this down. It's Sonja Marie's Wordlife Astrology page. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, beautiful people. And here's the deal. That's a big deal. I know y'all got that. I know y'all got that. Blocking folks and trying to save them at the same time. Kelly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Blocking folks and trying to save them at the same time. But how can you when your ass ain't strong enough? How about that? I'm not saying that we're not getting better, y'all. We're inching. We always getting better. Every freaking breath you take, you're getting better. Every breath you take, you're getting better. Understand that. However, sometimes you need to breathe for a good 30 days before a motherfucker come knocking going, you ready for me? I got some problems to solve. Now, motherfucker, you need to go solve your own problems real quick because I got my own shit. As a matter of fact, and not only do I have my own shit, but I'm trying to figure out my own worth in my own shit. So I don't have to rely on you next month. Because if I open the door and you rely on me, and then in turn I have to rely on you, then I'm missing out on the strength I have to give to myself while I'm smelling my own shit in the bathroom. Y'all got that? Come on now. My name is Sonia Marie. This is how I talk. Today on Monday, right? The moon in Gemini will sextile Jupiter. At the same time of all this worthiness and this need to lend to other people and this passion that we have to give away or keep for ourselves, this power that we feel that may or may not be false, but stand in it, assess it as you move through it, right? We're still, Jupiter is hitting the moon. Jupiter is hitting the moon saying, I got some gosh darn blessings for you, and the Skittles keep coming. This is the mixed bag feel that I am portending for the entire week. Hear me, please, y'all. Because it feels like we're strong, but a little premature. It feels like I need to fire away at these opportunities that are coming to me, but not too quickly, because not everybody is good for the picking, so to speak. If 3 opportunities are coming to you, maybe 1 is only viable. You dig what I'm saying? So only patience and time and understanding of a thing will prove that those other 2 need to go. You can't push it. You can't cut it. Because you might learn some things too along the way. You get what I'm saying? Understand this, Jupiter is still coming for you. Continue from the last week's Jupiter high, that's what I put on here, utilizing the information, the conversations, and the ability to listen about other people's perspectives. Listen. That's an interesting point. Because even though it has nothing to do with Mercury and communication, I don't know why Spirit dropped that in my mind, in my heart at the time, but I do know why on a download. Squirrel, oftentimes I say some things on here, y'all, that may or may not pertain to astrology, and I admit that. A lot of times when these downloads come in, they come in to make the point. And sometimes, astrologically speaking, it may or may not connect. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Due to the fact that I'm not talking about Mercury, but some reason Spirit said to listen. Listen. The conversations and the information. Oh, that's why, Sonia, because the fucking moon is in Gemini, and Gemini has to do with communication. Come on, I'm smarter than I think. So Gemini moon, sextile, and Jupiter is saying, listen. I keep hearing the different perspectives of people. Here's the deal. When you're not paying attention to other people's perspective, when you're not listening to a possible reason why somebody did something or feels such a thing, then honestly, you're missing out on all the Jupiter experience. Blessings and abundance can only come to us when we are out of control, in a sense, and out of judgment, and are able to listen to people's story, perspective, information from a very superficial standpoint. That's where that Gemini shit comes in and communication comes in, right? Because the moon in Gemini says, yo, let's just be a little detached in a sense as this Jupiter energy is coming in so we can listen. So we can listen to what it is that's coming through. Blessings, opportunities, optimism, all kinds of things that's coming for us and for other people. And know very, very quickly in our heart, our mind, our body, and soul, what's good for us and what's not good for us. How those blessings came for other people, but did not come for us, and the reasons why. You get what I'm saying? The only way, again, I'm going to say it again, is you can tap into prosperity and abundance is by knowing what's for you and what's not for you. Just opening up and letting it hit you where it hits you. Does that make sense, y'all? We have to be a little superficial about it, as that moon in Gemini portends. Superficial in the best way possible of being detached and taking accountability and listening for what's for you and what's not for you. And if you do that, then you can move on it, right? Because why? Today, I'm still on Monday, the moon in Gemini is conjuncting Mars. Come on now. Excited about the information rolling in? You want to get that information that's rolling in, then act on it in the way that you can. You know what I mean? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because again, it might not be for you. Listen to what's for you and then pass on the rest. What's wrong with that? Squirrel, I had a friend of mine, she won't mind. This is a great example, though, and very, very simple, who told me about finding our roots. They're doing a public casting right now, no longer just celebrities. So I said, hey, Nick, you need to go, fucking apply too, because she knows that I like that show. I'm like, you need to apply too. Here's the ideology behind that. If I don't get it, you can get it. Jupiter says, listen. Jupiter sextiling the moon today is saying, listen to the information that can be right for you or right for your neighbor. It doesn't matter. As long as somebody is smiling, that's all I'm going to say, because I'm beating up a goddamn point. That makes sense? Pay attention. On Tuesday, that is tomorrow, yep, the moon will be in Gemini long and strong, and it will trine the sun because the sun is in Aquarius, right? So shine and the need to remain detached is all about this heady shit. So here's the deal. Here's the whole mixed bag too, is that we are going through these emotional roller coasters just a tad this week. We are needing to be detached and cerebral for a second because we're in Aquarius season. The moon is in Gemini right now. It's going to end up in Leo by the end of the week, which goes along with all the heady shit. The bottom line is that we're being taken through the waves of this particular ocean, but literally are being asked to stay on the board, stay on the surfboard. And this is the way that I see it, being detached in this Aquarius energy. Shine in the need to remain detached in order to feel good about what's growing around you. Stick to the plan without allowing petty and unsolved emotional issues throw you. Tomorrow is a cerebral course day. Sometimes we have to stay in our brain. Sometimes we have to allow ourselves to figure it out and be detached to a thing, and not allow our emotions to keep us in the throes of what we need, what we want, all these judgments, or all these feelings of being trapped, these feelings of not knowing where to go. I want something new, but I don't know what to do. I'm sitting in this space and all these opportunities, but I'm scared to make a move. I'm like a deer in a headlight. Sometimes we have to sit in our cerebral tomorrow with the sun trining on the moon to say, okay, what's the information before me, motherfucker? Like, what's going on? Like, what do I have like right now to do? If I think too far in the future, and if I hold on to what just happened, I'm staying in my emotions and I'm getting thrown off balance. Utilize my brain, utilize the plans that have already been set, utilize the information that has already been given to me. I pray that y'all understand what I'm talking about, because it sounds general, but it's not. We've already been putting things in perspective, but there's a swelling of emotions that are happening. There's a swelling of indecision. There's a swelling of confusion that could be going on around the same time this week, in which we know what we know, because we've been building up to what it is that we know in this moment in time. And instead of acting in a rebellious, arrogant way of, I know, Aquarius-like, we have to stay in the know and allow all other things to make its shape around us, instead of bullying it because I know, bullying it because I'm real, bullying it because this is a new opportunity that's coming and I'm going to be arrogant and rebellious and smarter than all you motherfuckers while I change it. Are y'all hearing me? Lord have mercy. You need to rewind this selector and really get down to the down and dirty of what's being said through the words. This applies. Tomorrow, that moon in Gemini also quincunx Mercury. Look at that shit. Again, residue emotions have no place in the new plan. That's what I just said in a freaking nutshell. They have no place in this new plan. No irritation. Please stay focused. Stay on the cuff. Stay on the brink of what's about to happen. Squirrel, because this is what it feels like. It feels like people are paying attention, other people who are not as bold as you and courageous as you to make emotional changes in their lives, like in the last couple of weeks or whatever, to stand up for themselves, to be in Pluto and feel powerful and strong and transformative in who they are. There have been some people who couldn't do that. And truly, they're irritated by you doing it. Can I say it? Can not fucking say it in this moment in time. They're looking at you like, well, how did you figure it out? And why didn't you give me that call when you figured it out? And where the fuck you been? Where I been? I'm sorry. I've been crying in the goddamn shower. I'm sorry. I've been living my life. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents out this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Where have I been? What have you been doing? Why do I need to always impart my jewels on you when we're all living on the planet? It sounds personal, y'all, and it slightly is, but it's really not, because it's a universal thing. I'm watching it. I'm watching people get stronger, and I'm watching people stay victims. Come on now. And then the victims want to drop over to the strong people and go, what's your secret? I have no secret. I'm walking through it just like you walking through it. So don't get irritated by the things that I say. The moon, quincunxton, Mercury. You can't get irritated by this new plan that I have. And you can't get irritated within yourself as this person is talking to the other person. Believe in it. Believe in it. Does this make sense, y'all? Yes, y'all? Y'all get me? Wow, I feel hot and very, 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 very grateful. I appreciate you, Spirit. Wednesday, February 1st. How about that? First month is done, over. February 1st lands on Wednesday, and the moon will be in Cancer on that day at 3:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So before that is going to be in Gemini. Let's talk about that. When we wake up on Wednesday or go to sleep to bed on Tuesday night, your sleep may be a little disturbed because the moon will be squaring Neptune in the middle of the night. That's always a weird thing. So I'm just giving y'all a little bit of a warning, cuidado, to either take your CBN before you go to bed so you can knock the fuck out, or at the very least, stay, and if you don't want to take CBN, stay prayerful, stay open to receive, meditate before you go to bed. So your dream space, Neptune deals with the dream space. Neptune deals with delusions and confusion. Your escapism is not so thrown off by your emotional need to hold on to some information that doesn't work any longer. Boop. There you go. Trying to make these things into a sentence and not a goddamn story. But that's just basically it. Tuesday night sliding into Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, we were going to wake up, feeling good to work. Why? Because the moon in Gemini is trining Saturn in Aquarius. That's always a good thing. Remember, heady, cerebral, air sign. Gemini and Aquarius are both air signs. So that air, again, is doing its best to keep us up, superficial, looking at a thing. In this case, working. Y'all get me? Yes, y'all. Y'all following me? My astrology students? El Bell, you in the spot? You get what I'm talking about? Janine, what's up with you? You in the spot? Y'all get this? You see where I'm going, Village? Village Hut people in particular? Listen, air. We need to rely on the air, the brain, to keep it focused, to keep it planned, to keep it pragmatic, and do your best not to go over that line. Because once you go over that line, it turns into arrogance. Once you go over that line, it turns and you think you know it all. Once it goes over that line, you don't want to let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, kind of thing. And then you duping everybody around you, backtracking in your emotional maturity or the lack thereof it. You dig what I'm saying? So back to Wednesday. With that moon, again, just to reiterate, trining Saturn, get the work on in the master plan. Employ your friends, by the way, and chat them up to work through any fears that are coming up for you. Please and very please. And in doing so, please allow yourself to hear the next person. This is going to sound so elementary, but people forget. In the midst of them trying to dump on another person emotionally, in the midst of people trying to even just figure their own shit out, they forget about another person. I know I've said this before. When we share healthily, we listen to each other. We ask questions about each other. We ask, and if at anything, I remember back in the day, Squirrel, my Hampton professor said, at least come up with 2 or 3 qualifying questions after someone talks to you. It was a journalist, journalism class, right? That put this in my that dropped this in as a seed in my brain. But it also has to do with healthy emotional connections and relationships as well, right? As a journalist, you do that thing because you want to add to the information. But as a person who loves somebody, yes, you want to add to the information. Why? By showing a motherfucker that you care. Instead of it going this way, girl, you know, I got to do such and such and such and such and such and such. And then he came and then such and such and such and such. And this is your girl's response. Oh, girl, well, let me tell you what I had to do such and such and such and such and such and such. And then she came and such and such and such and such. First of all, you just devalued what your girlfriend said by adding your shit on to whatever just happened. Please, please, and very please stay out of that space. Ask the qualifying questions, even if they don't seem like good questions. It just makes the person receiving what it is that you're asking and talking about. It makes them feel that you're there with them. When we are doing the work, when we are utilizing information, we need to share in the emotional response of it all. It's a trick. This is a mixed bagged week, y'all. It's about keeping eyes open on every freaking level. And you stay on the board, man. Stay on the surfboard. Ride it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, on Wednesday, we might want to work. We might want to work the master plans and chat your friends up and figure out what they're doing. So they can figure out what you're doing. You can figure out what they're doing. But remember to always pay respects to their emotional body by asking them how it feels. How you going to make that happen? Should I be your accountability partner? Put me on your schedule. 2 o'clock, I'm calling you. You understand what I'm saying? Help each other get through this thing is what I'm trying to say in that way. Because on Wednesday, if the information or the social connections and or these side hustles, these things that you're doing, they come up against a power play or something like that, and you feel like your friend is not paying attention and they're just taking over and eating up the air, you may find like the power dynamic shift in some kind of way. You get what I'm saying? Now you feel like, oh, well, maybe they got more than I do, or maybe they need maybe they have more than I do. Maybe they're better for than I do. Maybe I shouldn't talk to them any longer because they're bigger than me. Ooh, and what started at the top of this gosh darn whatchamacallit rundown is the fact that now another person puts the other person on a pedestal and now they can't talk. Now they can't converse because one person is sharing their stories and the other person is not listening. They're busy comparing themselves to what that person is going through. It's a mixed bag, y'all. Why do I say that though? Because the moon quincunxes Pluto on Wednesday is the point. So the information that's coming in, the social connections, the side hustles of doing this and doing that can offset the power that you may feel when you talk to your friend, when you do the work that day. You understand what I'm saying? When you are in your head, do not compare. Do not compare yourself that day to anything that's going on, especially if you don't have the ability to listen. Because if you really listen to people, even though they bigging themselves up, you can see and feel and intuit the pain in between that shit. Did I just touch a nerve on my goddamn self? Yup. You can intuit the pain if you're listening, if you're understanding what people are going through, if you're listening, and you can service that as opposed to, well, girl, this is what I did, and trying to one up a motherfucker to stay in power. You did? Don't do that. With that moon irritating Pluto, don't do that. Pluto is power, transformation, intimidation. Don't do that. Don't do that. Any questions? I'm just wondering. On Thursday, February 2nd, the moon is nice and full in Cancer at this particular time. And yep, it's going to square Jupiter. Greetings to you, Latrice. That was deep, D. I hope you got that though, baby. On Thursday, the moon in Taurus, what did I just say? The moon in Cancer will square Jupiter. Emotional needs feel neglected due to the overwhelming need and or arrival of blessings. Do not negate your heart. Do not move forward. Oh, just move forward when prayers are being answered, basically. Again, surfboard riding. If the moon in Cancer, and y'all know when the moon in Cancer, it's always emotional. When the moon is in any water sign, especially in Cancer, because the moon loves to be in Cancer. It has, it literally will turn on the water for the water works because it feels safe to do so. It is an emotional time. But for people who just don't want to go into that space, they can fight that thing. And they fight it because they recognize in this particular aspect that here comes Jupiter giving all these blessings. So why am I crying? Why am I releasing this thing in the way that I'm releasing if I'm too busy like starting projects coming out of the air that are like answering my prayers? Well, because your emotional body still needs to be adhered to. I'm just saying. Ooh, this is a squirrel, but I think it pertains. I had a question that came to me when I was in the shower today. And the question was, what happens when all of our strong friends are not strong enough to adhere to the strong friends? When the people that we are used to going to that bring the blessings and bring the opportunities and bring the good times are not strong enough, don't have time for you to lean on them. This kind of is contrary to what I was saying earlier, but maybe not. And I think this comes up with the moon on that particular day. Understand, this is very, very singular, right? So the moon on that particular day, Thursday, it being in Cancer, is like, what about your emotional body today? You want to jump off and take care of all of these projects that are coming at you, feeling bullied by your damn self, because now it's time to access these opportunities and this good time and this new spiritual way about you, these new doctrines and philosophies and ways of being. There's no time to get upset. But possibly maybe that moon in Cancer on Thursday is urging you. Pay attention to the things that are coming up around women. Pay attention to the things that are coming up around your mom again. Why? Because the moon has to do with the mother, y'all. Just know that. Okay. So oftentimes it can be your mom that's sparking this, or women in your family that's sparking this need to be emotional, even as Jupiter's bringing in the blessings that day. And you say to yourself, I'm not supposed to cry. I'm not supposed to. Hey, stop that. Because the moon in Cancer especially has a way of knowing when it needs to release itself. And when it needs to release itself, you may not have another strong friend beside you to help you through that thing. You may have to release that shit on your own. That's why I propose that question. What happens when you're a strong person and you don't have a strong person to lean on? How do you get through those moments? Obviously, you have, because you're still here. Okay? I want you to take a moment on Thursday to recognize that. Possibly Wednesday or Thursday, when this aspect flies in. I feel this real strong. That's why I'm slowing down, y'all. I really, 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 really do. It's a moment in time where we go, God damn, why am I so emotional? Why do I need to get this thing out when I feel like I am moving forward? Well, we are, but there's residue. There's emotional residue that begins and continues to flow that came from our mothers and our friends, different women, maternal or the lack of the maternal care. You understand what I'm saying? Recently or throughout your whole life, and it comes up to kind of choke you in a sense. Why? Because the moon is getting full, and it will be full in the next couple of days from Thursday, right? And there's a swelling of it. There's a swelling of this feeling to let go of this need to be nourished by other people, including and especially females. Why can't you nourish yourself? So I says to myself as I'm in the shower, I'm tired of hearing that shit. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. God said, well, shit, get tired of it. But why don't you goddamn change the way you love yourself? Well, I don't know other ways. Well, here's what I heard. Touch your body and tell your body, I love you. Just look in the mirror and say, I love you, Sonja. I love you, Sonja. I love you, Sonja. I love you so much. Close your eyes and see love dancing around you. However it looks. If it looks like a million of your little puppies, if it looks like a million of the little babies that you just had that you know is a visual image of love. If it looks like a million goddamn beaches that are around you that brings you love. Imagine that thing around you as you close your eyes. Imagine love engulfing you. Does that make sense? And I'm asking you this because as this moon goes into Cancer on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we will have a very, very challenging time doing that because there'll be some things that are going against that. Like I already told you, stay above it. There'll be some things that don't want you to participate in the emotions. So you may have to handle your own emotions on your own instead of having the expectation as this moon goes into Leo with his high expectations, having the expectations of somebody else doing that for you, knocking on the door saying, are you okay? Giving you the love back that you've given them back for 17 years. It ain't happening. Nourish yourself. On Thursday, the moon will trine Venus, and this is where the value comes in. Because if we can nourish ourselves, even in the midst of looking at these beautiful gifts that are coming to us, Jupiter, and it's squaring that shit, we can see the value though. It's trine in Venus, the value. Wake up with a feeling of being soft and cuddly. Affection is provided by yourself, by you. Remember to remind yourself that you are safe, that you are safe. I have to take a sip. I got to stop because I feel like I feel like the words are going beyond me. Beyond me. That's not even a fucking word. Beyond. Lord have mercy. The moon is in Cancer Wednesday, part of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I believe. One of the biggest upsets about the moon being in Cancer, the beautiful thing is about we eat, we want to be home, we clean our house, you know what I mean? Again, we emote for the better sense of that. But the other part of that is that oftentimes if emotional needs are not being met when the moon is in Cancer, especially, we feel unsafe. Cancer energy is about feeling safe, y'all, emotionally. And I'm going to go on a little bit of a squirrel to express this because I think Cancer energy gets a bad rap. And I may have said this once or twice before, but I'm going to say it again, goddammit. Because I want y'all to know this is what you may go through this week, being a Cancer or not being a Cancer. Understand what I'm saying? When the moon is in Cancer, we get all of this shit up on us, regardless of who we are. Everybody wants to feel safe in their emotions. Everybody wants to feel like they're an infant again, and that the lady who just popped me out of her body and the man that's supposed to be strong and hovering over us will not drop us, will always feed us, will remember us, will take care of our needs when we need them, emotional needs as well as physical and mental, practical needs. Hear where I'm going, okay? When Cancer energy doesn't feel that, that's when it shuts down. That's when you look at Cancer people and say, God, they're so moody. They're so grumpy. They don't know how to just relax. Oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes when you see Cancer people and Cancer energy shut down in that way, they don't feel safe. And I'm going to tell you truthfully, be big enough to take a little responsibility for that if you're in their presence. I'm just defending me and all other Cancer types. And you, even if you're not a Cancer, when this moon is in Cancer on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, when you don't feel safe, you want to shut down. When it's squaring Jupiter and all of these situations are coming at you new and improved, and you don't feel safe that it's coming, you want to shut down. Understand what I'm saying? That's why you got to take care of your damn self. That's why you got to say, I love you to your damn self. Because nobody can make you feel safe. Even your parents are not obligated to make you feel emotionally safe. They don't have, here where I'm going. They're your parents, but they're not obligated. They're only obligated to get you to the motherfucking planet. They're not obligated to make you feel safe. That's where it gets a little hairy. Because we feel like they've been employed to do that. God has given them the job to do that. They are ordained to do that. That's a trick bag. And as we slide up into this full moon in Leo, in which I will reiterate again when I get there, that's full of expectations, man. We got to drop them. Those expectations are hardcore. Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all really hearing me? Like for real? because it feels so good on me and crazy at the same time. Feel safe. Where's your safety? Your emotional safety. What does that look like on Thursday? For sure. Does that look like just staying home? Now, here's the deal. Some of us can say, yeah, I'm going to keep my black ass home. I'm going to keep my white ass home. I'm going to keep my yellow ass home. Whatever color you are, I'm going to keep my ass home. But at the same time, when you keeping yourself home, you're also keeping yourself away from opportunities to grow. Because we're at a space now where we have to learn, even though we do have to stay home. I'm not saying don't stay home, but I'm saying give yourself an opportunity to test how far you've gone. Give yourself an opportunity to show yourself and other people around you that I am safe within my own skin because I provide that safety. I make myself feel good. I put on a good pair of jeans. I put on, cut my hair in a particular way. I eat real good. I take a good bath or whatever. I go to the spa. Whatever it is that you need to feel safe in that moment, this is what I'm doing for myself. And I need to go out in the world sometimes and test that. So when a motherfucker comes up around me that doesn't make me feel safe, I got my cape on. I got this thing around me, this whole veil around me that says it's all right. I feel safe. You got to test it every now and again, is all I'm saying. Sonja, so dope. As we slide up in this joint on Thursday with the moon sextile and Uranus, because Uranus says we got to do it in a new way, y'all. Uranus says handle that emotional safety that you need to feel. That moon in Cancer on Thursday, handle that emotional safety you need to feel in a new and improved type of way. Uranus. Be the rebel about it. Be unique about it. Be individual about it. Be independent about it. Go rogue. Go fucking rogue. If you don't feel safe, get the fuck out the room. They'd be like, God damn, they didn't even say goodbye. Pew, out. See you later. Gots to go. Why didn't you say goodbye? That's so rude. No, what's rude is me staying in there feeling unsafe around your rickety-dickety non-committal ass. I'm just saying. I say non-committal because a lot of people do not like to commit to relationships and people due to emotional things that come up in them and the fact that they don't want to deal with other people's emotional shit. I mean, if you love them, you might want to do some practice because you're always going to run into somebody that got some emotional shit. I'm just saying. Anyway, so Thursday, it's about changing your own way of how you're going to be your mama, how you're going to be your nurturer, how you're going to wipe your own tears, how you're going to remain strong and don't need to lean on the strong because the strong is actually leaning on their damn selves. Do I have to run that right back? Come on, y'all. Come on. Ain't nothing in this water but lemon. Come on now. I'm high on the vitamin C. Yeah. What's going on? What up, Ask Mama Louise? It's been years, honey. I'm so glad you in here. That sweet Virgo. I pray everything is well with you, Mama. Oh, Keena, I love you too. Greetings to you, Yurli. Did I pronounce your name right? All right. What's up, Angie? Hold on, say that again. Take two. What's up, Angie? What's going on? Okay. Let's go on to Friday because the girl got to end this thing. 52 minutes already. I appreciate the 39 likes, but y'all can give me a few more. Then YouTube will run these ads and I can get paid off of YouTube because not everybody's giving me a donation. And I'm not begging, but I will say if y'all don't give it to me, let YouTube give it to me. So give me the thumbs up so them motherfuckers can give it to me. I appreciate you. On Friday, here we go. The moon is still in Cancer and it will be opposition to Mercury, a whole nother day. Here we go. Speak with authority, but remember to have compassion for yourself and others. That's the balancing act. So all the emotional things that you just went through on Wednesday and Thursday, now you got to balance it out with your brain. Now you got to balance it out with what it is you talk about. Mercury, speaking, communication, listening, writing, planning. All that emotional stuff that came up for you on Wednesday and Thursday needs to be made sense of. there's the opposition, the balancing of it with your brain, making sense of it so you can absolutely talk to somebody about it if that's what it calls for, write about it if that's what you need to do, or actually just think back and say, I'm glad I went through those emotions because I needed to see X, Y, and Z. I needed to see this. I needed to, yeah, this makes sense. Different perspectives, looking at people's lives in different perspectives and understanding the emotions, understanding your own emotions and say, yes, I feel valid. I know that my emotions are merited. This is the reason why I got here. It's all good. Now, let me balance that out with the thought and get back on my plan, Stan. Does that make sense? Hey, Tenjin, what's happening? That makes sense. Then the same day on Friday, oh, I like the fact that Neptune comes in. Neptune's is like, it's all right, buddy. I'll take care of you. Let me make you escape for a minute and listen to some music. Let me let you escape for a minute and remind you of the imaginative, artistic space that you are always in, that you're always access to. Let me let you take your emotions down just a notch and lay it in this bed on these fluff ass pillows of life to say it's okay to dream with those emotions that are fresh on your eyeballs and are fresh on your hands from wiping your tears. Let me show you what you can do with that artistically. Let me show you where we can go from here. Let me show you what this imagination, what this little bit of rest and where it's going to take you in your spiritual life. Let me show you how open you can be to your ancestors and your guides, because what? You were your own mother. You were your own nourisher. Woo. I'm not gonna do it. You know, I felt like just now. Squirrel, the lady from goddamn Sonya, Get Out. The lady from Get Out, when she was like, no. I swear to God, I felt like her. I was like, no, spirit is not letting all these tears come out and me fucking going bananas and throwing this computer across the room. No. I don't know if y'all caught that. Rewind and check it out. But they was trying to get me, y'all. They was trying to get me. No. I'm not going there, child, today. Whew. Controlling my own emotions, yeah. Because at the bottom line, the thing is this, y'all. We're all going through it is the point, right? And when we have to be carried through how we need to be carried through, in the way that we can, and I'm going to say it nice and plain, we can celebrate ourselves in it. Because if we keep pointing, I should say, putting the heinous or even though the reward on another person, we're never going to see what we do. We're never going to see, rely on our own strength when we feel weak again. Oh, Sonya, you did that before, girl. You can do that again. Instead of let me call Sandrine because I need, Sandrine may not be around all the time. Motherfuckers may not be here. You understand what I'm saying? People move. People leave. People go on the other side. You understand what I'm saying? How are you going to get that strength on you again and again? You got to do it differently is all I'm saying. You got to do it differently. On Friday, the moon in Cancer will sextile, nope, that's wrong, will quincunx Saturn. The need to nourish your heart. Did I say that? Did I say that already? The need to nourish your heart and or the women in your life tend to get in the way of your work and your discipline. So navigate. People tend to think that your emotional responses are about them. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. We got to navigate that thing on Friday because, again, the residue of emotions wants to come off. But now, being that it's quincunxing Saturn, we need to go back to work. We need to kind of get focused. We need to apply those limitations and those restrictions in which we need and once felt before to get strong again to do what? To do the work, because Saturn is about the work. Saturn is like, yo, we can't do nothing. We can't receive and appreciate the awards, even though Jupiter is throwing it at us. We can't receive it and get it on us and stick on us like fly paper if we don't do the work, if we don't appreciate it, if we don't have some limitations, if we don't understand. We don't understand that there's some fears that we recently or currently are moving through and the lessons that we are getting. You don't get irritated by that. Keep moving is the point. Keep moving is the point. So nourish your own heart and don't allow other people, especially women, because it's the moon. Don't allow other people to get in the way of that. Give them 5 minutes and go, I got to get off the phone. I got to get off the phone because I'm a strong lady that needs a strong lady, and that's me. Okay? I'm just saying. On Friday, the sun will square Uranus too. So remember, and I should say, be a little careful about the arrogance in you and how it wants to lead the ship to the promised land. But where are you going? So slow your roll. The arrogance in you wants to lead the ship to the promised land. But where are you going? If the sun is squaring Uranus, Uranus is like, God damn it, I've been telling y'all to do it different. I've been telling you we need to go here for a better quality of life because I hooked up with the North Node all throughout the last 7 months, and I need you to go this way. Well, the sun in Aquarius right now is like, I gives a fuck what you've been doing for the last 7 months. I really don't care. So what you need to do right now is to know from an Aquarius standpoint and the information that I have and all the pragmatic strategies and all of this shit and the things that I've been researching for the last 20 years, it actually looks like this. When Uranus is like, yeah, I get that, but we're all going this way. And you may even have to change your arrogant and ill-informed thoughts about what it is you need to do, because what worked for you in 1995 motherfucker ain't working for you in 2023. What worked for you in 2021 ain't working for you in 2023. Y'all hear me? Yes, yes, y'all. So on Friday, be careful of that. Be careful that that Aquarius energy, which is so bright and prominent with the sun, talks you into doing something other than what you want to do. It's like two rebellious souls going at each other, the sun and Aquarius, and Uranus, which is Aquarius's planet. They both think they know what's going on. However, I'm going to say that Uranus needs to win just a little bit, because Uranus been prepping us for this. Aquarius energy maybe possibly should just come in and sit down and go, "Ooh, that's interesting. That's different." Instead of judging and moving or shining in ignorance and goddamn ego to say, "No, it needs to be this because this is what I used to do." Come on now, we're in a new place. Here we go, sliding on the weekend, and I'm going to be done. And then I'll read one person with their sun, their moon, and their rise when I ask you, please. It's an hour and 34 seconds in. I appreciate you being here. And the 48 likes, y'all so cute. So I'm just going to imagine that the two people that's not matching, they kind of went off already. I'm just going to say that because all y'all gave me thumbs up. I already know that. Okay, here we go. Saturday, the moon goes into Leo. All right. But it's swelling in that full moon kind of feeling, you did, because the full moon is going to hit on Sunday. So I want you to know on Saturday and Sunday, we can be feeling the full moon energy of Leo. That motherfucker sounds a little crazy. Why? Because let me tell you, I love Leo energy. Y'all know I got a lot of it, and it has its benefits. But when it is swelling in an emotional capacity, almost always is going to get a little out of balance, because emotions like to do that. Emotions like to take you off balance to bring you back. You dig? Emotions are like a pendulum swing. Let me make it so motherfucking extreme so we can find a median somewhere and get back to being grounded and get back to breathing. Okay, so here comes this full moon emotional swell in Leo that says, yo, heightened energy, heightened emotions are growing in so many different ways. Let me show you the buildup, and then I'm going to tell you what those ways are. The buildup is the moon in Leo trine in Jupiter. All right. Feel good about these possibilities. As a matter of fact, I'm going to perform with these possibilities. You may be asked to perform on Saturday. You may be asked to, if it's not like publicly perform, like show up. I always say that when it comes to Leo energy, like they're the best to perform. They're artistically, that was my version of shucking and jiving. Artistically, shucking and jiving on a stage, presenting their creativity in some kind of way, or literally just showing up. That's what I love about my Leo self. If you call me on the phone and say, Sonja, I need you at 5 o'clock. If I say yes, I'm there. If I'm not there, something happened to me. You understand what I'm saying? Leo energy shows up. It's like I will be there. I'll be involved. I'll get it all on me. I will possess it. I will take it, make it mine, ride next to it, defend it the whole way. That's what that moon in Leo trying and its blessings is all about. Remember, Jupiter is about blessings. It's a Skittles planet, about rewards coming at you, about spirituality too. Jupiter is about expansion, being big, evolving in your knowledge and in your spiritual fortitude. You understand what I'm saying? So you getting it on you. You know that it's for you. The moon in Leo says, well, perform in it, stand in it. Make it yours, as opposed to thinking about it. Yeah, that's cute. I'm gonna put that outfit on. No, it's not an outfit, motherfucker. It's a lifestyle. If you want to get these Jupiter blessings on you, make it a lifestyle. Make joy, make showing up, make feeling worthy, make your courage, make the wisdom that's in and without you. You understand? To get it on you, like get it on you. Be about it. Is the point. Leo energy makes you want to be about it. On Saturday, though, check this out. I hope y'all got that point. Venus is squaring the Mars, is what I was going to say. Venus is squaring Mars. The desire to spread love and openly forgive gets blocked by the need to actively make sense of a thing and remain superficial. Action says, no need to get deep. Let's stay superficial and keep moving. Okay, so there's a fight. There's a fight between Piscean love and Gemini execution, which is from two different areas, right? Because Venus in Pisces says, yo, I need you to forgive a motherfucker. Venus in Pisces says, I need you to love. Venus in Pisces says, I need you to stay in your wisdom. Venus in Pisces says, I need you to know that you're worthy. Not just know it, not just cerebral know it, like know it through and through, head to toe, like I've had this for lifetimes kind of know it. But Mars says, well, we're not moving in that direction. We are moving based on information, based on talking and negotiation, based on superficial happenings. That's how Mars says, that's how we're moving. Venus says, yeah, you can move in that direction, but you got to know who you are while you're moving, right? Don't let it fight, y'all. Appreciate both. Because some people want to stay in the escapism of that Venus of just know, I just believe it. I believe it to be true and don't want to move. And then some want to move Mars and Gemini in 5 different directions, but don't necessarily believe. You got to take your time to do both on that day. If you have to believe and stay in prayer and be open to wisdom, to the babies, to forgiveness throughout the morning, then you can execute properly with that ethereal information, turn it into practical and realistic information, and execute like that Gemini Mars wants to execute. Y'all got that? In multiple different ways, with communication, with understanding, with being pliable, pivoting on a dime when it needs to. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Saturday is about. It's big in a sense because it wants to fight, but we don't have to fight. We don't have to fight ourselves anymore. Ooh, it's raining. We don't have to fight ourselves anymore when we know that we're worthy of a thing. We don't have to fight ourselves anymore if we know that we are worthy. And we know that we just have to take our time in receiving it, and it's going to find us when it finds us. Can I tell you, these goddamn eclipses, if y'all didn't get a reading, that's cool. But check out my 2 videos back, my 2023 video about these eclipses that are going down. It's here for us. Whatever it is that we need, everything that we need is here for us. Trust me when I tell you, and we are being shifted in 4 different ways because they're in 4 different signs, right? The eclipses are. We are being shifted to receive, to adapt, to make ours and possess these wonderful, wonderful blessings that are coming our way. It's really, really beautiful. But you ain't got to fight it. It's here, is the point. On Sunday, here comes that full moon in Leo. Ask questions if you have. If I confuse you in any way, please ask questions as specific as possible, okay? On Sunday, the full moon in Leo at 16 degrees is hitting on the eastern side of life at 1:29 p.m. The full moon swell in Leo looks like a whole bunch of things. It could be one or a few of the following. It can look like we are swelling with a lot of ego. Full moon in Leo, come on now. Leo energy got a lot of fucking ego. We can be swelling in the space of being isolated. Does that make sense? Sometimes, and I'm gonna squirrel out real quick, sometimes Leo energy can isolate itself due to pride. I don't need anybody. I won't talk to anybody. I can't show my best self. Leo energy says if I can't show my best self, then myself ain't coming out. Then nobody's going to see nothing. When the full moon is in a Leo swell like that, there's a big propensity to just hide the fuck out. Not like Cancer hide from a space where I'm not proud of who I am in this moment in time because possibly maybe I didn't do my homework. Possibly maybe I'm tripped up on my ego. Possibly maybe I've been disappointed by way too many people due to expectations. Ooh, another one. Full moon in Leo swell is like, yo, stop the expectations, cuz. On the real, of yourself primarily, and then projecting that on other people. And when it looks like for ourselves, we expect ourselves at 52, I'm supposed to have this and that and that. At 49, I'm supposed to be here and there and over there. At 60, I'm supposed to have this child out the house and this motherfucker working for me, and I'm supposed to have 6 figures. Those expectations. Where's my 401k? Where's my retirement situation that I thought was going to be a whole lot better? The expectations. I thought I was going to have a man. The expectations, man. When that full moon in Leo gets up, and when I do this, y'all, I mean like the emotions are up to our fucking head, man. We can't even swim no more. We're drowning. The water is over our nose, you dig? Full moon, emotions and expectations. When they swell like that, they're about to blow. And when that full moon in Leo is about to blow with this expectations, it can get really, really disappointed when we don't meet it in ourselves and when other people don't meet it for us. That's a trip. And then what happens is that Leo energy will hide the fuck out because I can't be proud of myself. So I'm not coming out. I'm just going to stay in my cave. Are y'all following me? Are y'all really, y'all get what I'm saying? It's a big freaking deal. I often use Betty Davis as an example. I have recently with a couple of clients because Betty Davis, if y'all don't know, and not the white Betty Davis with the beautiful eyes, but the black Betty Davis, who's the rocker, right? Who passed away recently. Joy Gilliam reminds me of so much. I know Joy studied her a lot, right? But Betty Davis was a Leo. And I study people who are different signs. That's just who I am. I'm an astrologer. And she stopped performing like the last 20-something years of her life and became a recluse. That's when that Leo energy gets to that downward spiral. I know a couple of Leos who go there. You won't see them for a whole goddamn year. Why? Because they ain't shining, because their expectations are not being met. That full moon Leo thing, watch it get on you. If it gets on you, you got to be able to call it out. You got to be able to apologize. You got to be able to adjust it and forgive it as quick as it gets on you so you can move through it, so we can handle these blessings that are all around us. Jupiter is in Aries, y'all. It's coming quick. All the blessings are coming quick. And if we get caught up in these weird fucking distractions of these emotional mini waves, and then they turn into fucking tidal waves, and then they're small again. It's like if we get caught and thrown off into all of that, we missing it. We're missing it. Are y'all hearing me? On Sunday, full moon in Leo. This is the last one, y'all. That moon will sextile Mars. So on some level, it's like, please and very please stay out of your emotions or your ego about it, because it's prompting us to move. It wants us to go. So it's saying utilize the positive aspect of when those emotions spill over and recollect your will, recollect your courage, recollect your ability to go, you know what? I'm going to do this thing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to wipe my tears. I'm going to forgive myself and everybody else that's around me. And I'm going to find the strength within me and love up on me continuously and do this thing and move. Because Mars says, let's go, especially in Gemini. Y'all know any Geminis? Do y'all know any Geminis? Some motherfuckers talk a lot of shit, but I love them dearly. And I love the energy, especially when it's in Mars, because it's like, excuse me, are you done? A la Black Panther, and that beautiful Scorpio. That brother is beautiful. With the woo, woo, woo plan, I forget who he is. I forgot his name. Oh, I can't stand when I reference people and forget their names. In any case, are you done? Are you done? That Mars and Gemini is like, you got that Leo pride shit off of you. You over being a brat in this moment in time because ain't nobody paying attention to you. Boo fucking who? You over that? Okay, because we got to go. Are you done? Because we got things to do. That's on Sunday. All right? The moon is also quincunxing Venus. Being bossy, even to yourself, can disturb the unconditional love that you truly desire. So take the high road and not the brat begging to be seen. I just said that, but in a different kind of way. Because you can boss yourself up. Again, expectations. You can be bossy to other people, right? Why? Because you're not seeing your own emotional responsibilities. You're not seeing the responsibility for yourself, and you're not seeing emotional responsibility for other people. How did that look for other people? Listening to their problems, listening to who they are, listening, being open. You understand what I'm saying? Not expecting too much, just being there, saving space for people to feel safe. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't be a boss on people. In that moment in time, like that, find the worth, the moon, quincunxing Venus. Find the worth and just being able to get to where you're at. Don't boss yourself. Just celebrate. I'm here. Instead of pushing and going, I need more. Can you relax? Relax. That's the feeling on Sunday. Relax. Whew. And then that moon, one more time, is going to square Uranus. Here we go. Emotional eruptions, possibly, maybe, takes you off course to adhere to the change. Make up your mind or your feelings about how you want to prove yourself with weird pride or see the beauty in going rogue. Basically, sometimes I write notes and I'm like, what the hell was she saying? Basically, that full moon energy on Sunday, again, wants to square Uranus. So who's going to win? Your pride, your emotional outburst on your ego and wanting to be a recluse and because nobody is meeting your expectations. So fuck it, I'm not going to change. Brooding. Fuck it, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I'm going to sit here and be a rebel with no cause. Well, okay, rebel, that's cute. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to concede. At the end of the day, especially if those goddamn instructions came from spirit, if those instructions came from your ancestors, from deep in your sleep, and you know damn well you being a brat, you still gonna have to change. So when you gonna do it, now or later? I'm just saying. Whew, I'm exhausted. Anybody want me to read them real quick? Winston Duke, thank you, Kimberly. I love my Virgo. I love you, sweet Virgo. Virgos always keep me. Here's the deal. I just love y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Winston Duke. Are you done? Are you done? Love you too, Angela Hill. Oh, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rise, and a Libra Moon. Ain't that something for something? Ain't that a blip? All right. Well, since you first on deck, this is what we're going to do. We're going to read you. I love the fact that all that heady energy helps you throughout your life. That's what you called for this time, by the way. Do know this, if y'all don't know already, that we choose our charts, y'all. We choose our charts. And I had to make this before I go into reading you Rise into Your Power with Marie. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I don't want to mispronounce your name. So I'm just going to call you Rise into Power. Okay. Olosun, I know your last name. Okay. Anyway, now I'm getting all caught up in your name. I just missed my whole point. I was going to say something. Maybe it'll come back. Okay. Gemini Rise, Gemini. Oh, about choosing our charts, I was saying to somebody the other day that especially, this pertains to this week. Leo energy also likes to bully and push. I'm gonna get to you in a minute, sweet sister. Also likes to bully and push, even when it thinks it's doing something good. I don't want y'all to get that misconstrued this week with this full moon in Leo, right? Because some people would say, well, I'm being bossy because I think it's the best thing for you. Well, I'm being bossy because I'm really your cheerleader and I'm supporting you. Well, did a motherfucker ask? I just want y'all to do that. I want you to ask yourself before you push and bully somebody else into making a point or showing your ego. Ask yourself, did they ask? Did they ask you to come over to the house and take their kids to school? Did they ask you to help their mother? Did they ask you for your advice? I'm just saying, ask yourself that, because that Leo energy can get you tripped up in that way. Oh, I'm just doing what's good for them. And the reason why I got to that is because there are oftentimes we have lived, for an example, maybe our chart and our lives have been hierarchy for the last 10 freaking lifetimes. And somebody comes back this particular lifetime homeless and really desires to be homeless. Why? Because that motherfucker was way too important for too many lifetimes and dealt with a lot of pressure. And possibly this lifetime, they don't want to have the pressure. They don't want to pay rent. You know what I mean? They don't want to goddamn, being important in quotes. They want an easy, simple life, having a little tent in the middle of a goddamn marina. You know what I mean? Just chilling. And again, like, why am I bringing that up? Because we have to ask people when they need help. Do you want me to help you? You want some solutions, or you just want me to hear you out? That's all I'm saying. So I say all that to say about this sweet sister coming back with this Gemini. If there was a thought like, oh my gosh, wow, she has a lot of air sign. Yes, because sometimes we come back needing this particular life because in other lives we had other things. So possibly maybe this sweet sister, can I call you Ife? Because I see the IFA on the beginning of your name. This sweet Ife rise into your power, right? She came back wanting to be heady this time, but I know that you have other signs and other vibrations within your chart, because we all have 12 signs in our chart, some kind of way, somewhere. You did, but she has elected this time to approach life in a very heady and superficial way. The beautiful thing about that is that you're able to decipher what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. You're able to stay as realistic as possible and more realistic than anybody else in the room. That's for ding dong damn sure. That Gemini energy definitely allows you to be pliable and be sweet, be mutable with the fact that, somebody needs me, I can do this. This other person needs me, I can do that. I can turn on a dime. Gemini loves change. As a matter of fact, Gemini energy really relishes in change, because it gets bored quick, like Aries energy, and it needs things to be shifted and swift and honestly non-committal. Because if Gemini energy stays committed to one thing, it doesn't feel new and improved, and it doesn't feel intellectually challenging. Does that make sense? So the bottom line is, all that Gemini in this sweet lady is allowing her to stay superficial, to assess the situations from a space in which anybody and everybody can benefit from, especially with that Libra moon and wanting to be justice orientated, wanting to be balanced and the mediator in every situation, be a good partner for those that are around her, whether it's business partners or personal partners or whatever. And then the Gemini says, I can flip it. I can handle it as much as I can. But remember, Gemini, sweet lady, in dealing with emotions, specifically, there are people that will expect, there's that word, for you to be, oh, mama, I appreciate that, Mama Louise. I really, really do. Thank you very much for that $20 donation. Thank you so much. I just got thrown off. There will be people that will, in the best way possible. Thank you, Mama Louise. There were people that would be able, Sonja, get it together. That will expect, again, that word, you to assist in their emotional needs, especially maybe your children and those that are around you. from a way in which you could be committed, um, um, connected to their emotions. I'm saying this very gingerly. Why? Because I'm tapping into you for one, and which I really don't want to do because I don't want to get inundated with everybody's energy. But I'm being called to because there's a lesson in this for you, sweet lady. And I don't know if it's with a child or with somebody that's close to you that's begging for you to see them singularly, individually, and their heart. But what happens sometimes with heady energy, although things are realistic and you're good with the information, and again, there's positive to everything, but then there's also a thing in which we can be challenged by. They are asking you to commit to their love by being solid sometimes. And Gemini energy is not solid. It comes in and out. It goes in and out. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all are really generous today. Thank you, sweet lady. They come in and out. Oh, that's Ife. They come in and out and in and out. That Gemini energy. And it being non-committal can be taken very, very harshly from those who are emotionally committed, i.e. Leos who love to show up with loyalty, or Cancers that love to show up by holding and being affectionate, and by and other signs. There's a bunch of signs that are very much more committed than Gemini when it comes to emotions. I'm just saying, sweetie pie face. Again, I don't want to dip too far into you, but that's what comes up. I'm going to read somebody else if somebody else has their information up, because I kind of don't want to tap all the way in, but I will tell you this much. There's an older lady on the other side that's standing next to a man, and the man that she's standing next to is younger than she is. So it makes me think that it's a grandmother and like her son. For you, Ife, rise into your power, right? They are helping you through whatever emotional situation that you're going through right now that you can't see. You don't see it because the Gemini don't want to commit to seeing it because it possibly will hurt. And that's okay. See it for the sake of getting the information of how not to do it again. Period. Point blank. Okay, that's it. Anybody else want a real quick read? Just a real quick read. Oh, Mama Louise, thank you again so much. And thank you, Ife. I appreciate y'all. I encourage y'all to drop donations any and every time. And utilize my PayPal, my Venmo, and my Cash App. That's at the bottom of this, whatchamacallit here. The bottom of the video here. All right. From South Africa. There you go. You sound like me. Cancer sun, Leo moon, and Leo rising. That's who I am. So I should talk to myself. Real quick, and then I'm a go. That Cancer sun makes us, I always say it's like steam, right? Again, Cancer sun, Leo moon, and Leo rising. That's me. The bottom line is it's like steam. Sometimes people can't handle us because the Leo energy comes on way too strong, and then it's backed up by all that mama energy. I don't care if you're a dude. It's this maternal energy that comes off of us that's like strong mama, like strong arm, strong mama, right? But the other part of that, again, is that high expectation that we have for people, in the sense that they should want to be mothered by us. That's the expectation. Do you know how good this love is, motherfucker? You want this on you, is what we say. Sun, Cancer, moon, rise, moon, Leo. But you know what? Not everybody can handle it. That's the real deal. Not everybody can handle it. And honestly, in our face, we shouldn't be giving it to everybody either. How about that? This is really egotistical to feel that everybody deserves what it is that you got, or people are going to be better for it because of what you got. Look, I'm talking to myself as well as you, like I said. That's a little bit of ego. That's a little bit of jab in the side, because it's some good shit and we want to be cheerleaders for folks. Get it, got it, good. But at the same time, it doesn't help people to grow when you're taking care of them like that. Also, I love Leo rising, again, for myself and for you, friend, because it allows you to get to where you need to go. If there's anything I know about myself with that Leo rise and that Leo moon, I'll sit back and I'll cry for a little while, but I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up and go get it, because that Leo energy says, I don't give a fuck. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna make it happen. That's the short read on that. That's the short read on that. I forgot that we were supposed to read a card. Are y'all willing to go there for a minute? All right, Janine. Most welcome. Great Mother, Father, God, and all guardian angels and ancestor spirits. I need to say in this moment in time for all those that are around us. Thank you very much. Truth and all that's coming through. Shit. Huh. And how about that? Like I know my name, here's the word of the week, y'all. Through everything that we're going through, this mixed bags of feeling. Y'all ready for the card today? It may seem very, 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 very obvious. Patience. Have patience, y'all. Have patience. There are times when the only thing that you can do is wait. The seed has been planted, the child is growing in the womb, and the oyster is coating the grain of sand and making it into a pearl. This card reminds us now is a time when all that is required is to simply be alert, just wait and be patient. The woman pictured on this card is in such an attitude, contented with no trace of anxiety. She is simply waiting. Through all the phases of the moon passing overhead, she remains patient, so in tune with the rhythms of the moon that she has almost become one with it. She knows that it's time to be passive, letting nature take its course. But she's neither sleepy nor indifferent. She knows that it is a time to be ready for something momentous. It is a time full of mystery, like the hours just before the dawn. It is a time, and the only thing that we can do is wait. Okie dokie schmokies, be patient. Do what you can do and move on through. If the tears come out, let them come out. Clean it away. Prepare for the new. All right? I hope this helped you in some way. Just some little itty bitty way. Then I did my job. Have an awesome, awesome day today and a really fabulous week. Just get that surfboard out and ride it out. But remember, above and beyond all, we are in Aquarius season. So do your best to ride it, but remain realistic and stay open to the possibilities that are coming for you, all right? You're welcome, Danielle, and your cute self. Bye, everyone. Take care.